own country. Look, but luckily, fortunately for the time being at least, the court has stayed the construction of the shopping complex right outside the Arunachala temple, which is 1300 years old. Can you imagine if the state wanted to make a shopping complex, a gaudy, big shopping complex with 150 shops, 20 meters in front of Taj Mahal? What hell would have broken loose? In any case, my congratulations to my good friend and activist T.R. Ramesh. You know, he exemplifies the fluidity and vertical movement of the Varna system. He is a Brahmin like Adi Shankara, but now for the cause of Dharma, he has become Kshatriya and taken up the sword like Chhatrapati Shivaji. Good luck to him. Rahul, broadly there are two issues here and I'd like to read them briefly. Number one, the state control of Hindu temples and their property. Believe me, it is by far the largest, financially most damaging scam of independent India. And I'm choosing my words very carefully. Even using the petroleum sector as a cash cow pales in comparison to the loot and pillaging happening of Hindu temples in the name of secularism. I ask you, if the Congress can bring in a legislation to control Hindu temples in 1959, well, that still stands. Why can't the BJP bring in a legislation to override it and actually support the Supreme Court? Rahul, if you truly believe that religion should keep out of state, the corollary is also equally applicable, that the state should keep out of religion. But does it? Secularism is total separation of religion and state, total. Our state declares itself to be secular but is shamelessly not so, controlling as it does Hindu places of worship. Governments of just 10 states control more than 110,000 temples. Tamil Nadu Temple Trusts own 478,000 acres of land. Tamil Nadu government alone controls 36,425 temples and 54 mosques. Billions in revenue. Is this secularism? Besides, these are the very people who until last month wanted to eradicate Sanatan Dharma. They are leeching money off it. Rahul, a Hindu temple, its income, its educational institutions are controlled by and interfered by the government. But those of a mosque or a church are not. Why? Only in India can you step aside and watch as the state appoints non-Hindus on boards that control Hindu temples. Only here will we remain silent as Hindu idols are stolen, temple property auctioned, a whole temple-driven ecosystem and way of life dismantles. Believe me, assault on temples has turned into an assault on Hinduism itself. Now, very briefly, point number two, because it's very connected. On this larger issue, why this is happening? This is happening because of selectivity and double standards when it comes to Hindu religious and ritualistic practices. In 2019, Rahul, the Tripura High Court banned animal sacrifice even though it was centuries old tradition of worshipping the 10 Mahavidyas. And also in keeping with the 1954 Shirur Mutt judgment that established the sanctity of an essential religious practice. But the judges would hear none of it. In 2014, Himachal Pradesh High Court banned the 600-year-old tradition of animal sacrifice during the Kullu Dasara. The question to be asked is, why should only the Hindu be prevented from conducting rituals? If the state is against animal sacrifice, and laudably so, then shouldn't be against all animal sacrifices conducted in the name of religion. But is that the case? Do the judges have the guts to ban halal, the ritual slaughter, wherein the incision must be deep, that it cuts the carotid artery and the trachea, the blood must be drained completely, this while the animal is still alive? Is that not animal cruelty? That the judges would hear none of it? The head of the animal must be aligned to the Kaaba, and it is essential that Bismillah Rahman Rahim be uttered. Furthermore, only a Muslim can perform the slaughter. So according to the judges, this is not a ritual. Now the human pyramid height during Janmashtami has been capped to 20 feet. Anything above would apparently inflict harm to humans, said the judge. I want to ask him, during Muharram, thousands of Muslims openly inflict serious bodily harm to themselves and to others with whips laced with steel claws that stab deep into the devotee's flesh. Is that not inflicting harm? But do our milords have the guts to ban this ritual during Muharram? It is the same with banning crackers during Diwali, but allowing millions of tons of stubble to be burned during the same month, or millions of trees to be cut during Christmas, or allowing fireworks during New Year celebrations, because apparently only Diwali is increasing the carbon footprint and controlling the pollution. Rest are purifying the air. Rahul, 10 seconds. We are 8th class citizens. Accept it. Accept it.